Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Crusader Kings 2 Sons of Abraham press release. Now, what's a press release, you ask? Well, a press release is something I've decided to do because Paradox recently gave me a press pass. This allows me to access their press server and download a whole bunch of neat images. Unfortunately, I don't have gameplay that I can show you guys. That is a beta protected under NDA. I can't say anything. But it's looking to be very good so far, and I figured I'd do this, and as a way of thanking Paradox for their press pass, I've got some concept art here I'm going to show you. I also have some in-game screenshots. I don't actually have a video or anything, I'm afraid. Here on the left, though, I've decided to so friendly put the expansion cover, or DLC cover. Most people probably are not familiar with this image or any image from any of the DLC covers. They aren't used on Steam, and I don't even think they're used on Gamersgate. You have to go to Green Man Gaming to see these things. They're a relic from the old days, back when games were distributed on discs for the PC. But anyway, so for the first concept art we've got going here is what appears to be, I would assume, a pilgrimage, based on all the stuff that we know about Sons of Abraham so far. So I'm just assuming this is some kind of pilgrimage, but it doesn't look like it's to any reasonable holy site because there's no sand. So it's hard to say. But let's take a look at the next one. You guys can always, of course, pause the video at any time if you want to continue looking at them. Here we've got a nice village and a rather opulent cathedral. Remember, this isn't just about the Jews. This is about all monotheistic religions. So expect some, Islamic stuff and some Christian imagery to appear from time to time, too. Here we appear to have a scribe working away, toiling away, while his wife nags at him and the house is on fire. Yeah, dude, you probably should listen to your wife in this case. I'm fairly certain the house is on fire. I'm just saying. Anyway. At least man, that is one devoted wife. She's sitting there while the fire blocks them in. Admittedly, he's devoted as all hell to his work. That's impressive. Here we go. I'm just going to go with Pilgrim based on some of the hats I've seen here. I guess Pilgrim? I don't know. Pilgrim, hat. I actually have no idea what kind of hat that is. Looks like some kind of peasantry hat. Either way, it looks like just a simple market stall transaction. I have no idea what it really means or anything. Like I said, it's concept art. I don't know really for certain what's going to be in the final game, what's not. And here we have someone who is looking incredibly depressed in what appears to be a basement. If I had to guess, that was some kind of coffin. He appears to be in a, perhaps, crypt of some sort? Perhaps. Maybe it's Jesus, who knows? I'm trying to look for, things in his hands. Alright, well. Yeah, so we got a nice man in a crypt. Ooh, this is an interesting image. This appears to be Mecca on fire. Mecca is burning. That would be the Great Stone that all Muslims go and run around shouting praise be to Allah 7 times or something. Once in their life, I believe that's one of the pillars of Islam. I don't know. I haven't really studied too much of Islam to say for certain, but I think it has something to do with that. So next image, we've got some monks talking at a monastery. How quaint. This is way cooler. This is actually a pretty awesome image. And we have... Okay, the first thing I think is vampires, because that, and she has... Is that red eyes? I think her eyes are red. And it appears the wind has blown out the candles. I guess it's supposed to represent some form of possession or something. But I don't know. It's like I said, it's just concept art. I'm not certain if there's any real meaning to it. Or anything. Number 9. Fat priest. What looks like ancient Greeks. I would normally say harem, but there's a dude there. Last time I checked, there aren't that many dudes in harems. I'm gonna go with something. It's some opulent priest and a sex party. That's my interpretation of that. And here we seem to have Rome on fire, which is, I suppose, an interesting contrast to Mecca being on fire. Rome and Mecca. So we've got Rome on fire too. I suppose it's a way of saying all monotheistic religions. I think they probably made this as an afterthought. We made a Mecca burning, but not a Christian holy site burning. Oh God, the Muslims—they're gonna be angry at us, or something. I don't know. But this looks actually pretty cool. It appears to be, the Colosseum of Rome burning. That almost feels like that. That almost feels like it'd fit right at home in the old gods with how many times I've razed Rome to the ground as a Viking. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It fits well with the Mecca burning. Oops. Well, actually, that's the next one anyway. And this just appears to be some middle-classmen talking outside some castle walls in a lush green forest. I don't really know what to make of it. I wonder why they're all wearing different colored tunics. And oh well, I don't know. I'm not exactly a fashion coordinator myself. But yeah, that's what we got for there. And I can zoom in on this one. Apparently it's a little bit of a bigger image. Alright, well. Looks like we've got a church in a farm field and a small village. The focal point of this image is the church, so I assume it's something to do with that. But it just appears to be your ye olde Christian church. Outside of that, just a nice little village and church. And finally, we have, here we go, an actual Jewish image. Here we have a synagogue, I believe. That would be one of those crazy candelabras that I actually have no idea what the hell they're called. I used to, but I've totally blanking on it. And a rabbi reading off some Dead Sea Scroll of some sort to his making a sermon out of it. And now that that's done, let's real quick here. Here we go. Let's start on the screenshots. Now that we got the concept art done. And this appears to be a screenshot of the event The Promised Land. With Jerusalem, Promised Land, and the Promised Land under Jewish control, the time is ripe for the creation of the united monarchy named Israel, like the great kingdom of ancient times under David and Solomon. The long-suffering Jewish people are finally in control of their own destiny again. No longer shall the Holy Land be torn asunder by warring Christian and Muslim lords. May this new kingdom usher in an era of peace and prosperity for the region. Long live Israel. I find that odd. He's got the Duchy of the Khazar. Like, oh, yeah, it's in 1066, I guess. Alright. Oh, I figured to use 867. And, this appears to be a Muslim character. Holy crap, your decadence is huge, bro. Really, someone starts with 69% decadence in 1066? You've started to prepare yourself for going on pilgrimage to Mecca. Soon you'll humble yourself and travel in a group with others to fulfill one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Okay, that's interesting. And it appears a crusade's going on at this current time. What? How is... I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Paradox, stop hacking the game. But I don't know why this is here. I mean, this is a thing from Sword of Islam, but I guess their regular pilgrimages aren't done yet, and they just wanted to try and show something, so they took something from Sword of Islam. Quaint. And the event Crusader Kings. Christian pilgrims to the Holy Land suffer all manner of abuse, and the routes are not safe. In order to protect the pilgrims and secure Jerusalem for Christ and the faithful, His Holiness Kaiser Heinrich IV of Holy Roman Empire. Wow, that's bad grammar on your part there, Paradox. Of the Holy Roman Empire. There's never multiple of them. Has accepted the possibility of an outright invasion by joint Christian forces. This signals a new era of large-scale Christian holy wars and the Crusades. Deus Vult. And, okay. This just appears to be I think it's meant to show off battle mechanics, but it's kind of hard to show the battle mechanics when I can't mouse over things. Again, there's a Crusade in 1066. Paradox, stop hacking the game. I wish I could, show you stuff here, but there is bottlenecks now. Also, this stuff for anyone who didn't watch the live stream. Rulers will now call crusades with the Pope. They'll basically pay the Pope to call a Crusader a certain region, I believe, is the new mechanics that are adding in for that. And there's now bottlenecks, so I assume it has something to do with that, which is basically a new combat modifier for a smaller defending force to basically shrink down the battlefront size and gain a much better chance at winning against the attacking force. And this screenshot appears to be ask Pope Alexander to choose your selected courtier as the next bishop from one of your churches. This will cost you piety. So basically, this lets you ask, you know, the Pope to appoint someone. This is for when you have papal investiture. That, you know, basically meaning you have at least some say when you have papal investiture as to who becomes the next church. It doesn't really ever matter for me. I don't think I ever bother appointing bishops anyway. The only time I'd ever appoint a bishop is if I ever made a, you know, a bishopric bigger than a baron. It doesn't seem really that useful to appoint all the baron bishops. And another Crusader Kings event. The very heartlands of the Western Christianity are under siege by the infidels, despite desperate Christian lords have persuaded His Holiness Kaiser Heinrich IV of the Holy Roman Empire to declare his intention of forging a great and righteous alliance to expel the heathens in the name of God. This signals a new era in large-scale Christian holy wars, the Crusades. So I guess this is some kind of alternative thing. And, ooh, here we go. A screenshot of the College of Cardinals, which, you know, is almost like a republic system for the Pope. These are the voters, and there is in fact a respect modifier. The older you are, and the more money you put into, you know, it's basically based on age and traits. And in fact, you can invest in a campaign fund. So, you know, there's that. It's basically like playing Republic, except with the Pope. And of course, you know, now you can call in favors based on your relations with the Pope. So, if you want to call in favors for some good stuff, then maybe getting your own Pope, investing some money, so that way he likes you a ton, because, you know, you bought his way onto the Pope throne. I actually wonder if I get like a 20-year-old Pope on the throne that way. That'd be pretty cool. So, that's always an option. So now you can start doing that. It's great. It's amazing having a campaign fund like that. So basically it's copied the Republic mechanics and made it work for the Pope. I have no idea what the preferentius is. Expected. Oh yeah, it's expected next cardinal. I see. Oh, I think the my best candidate. Yeah. Preferentus is the next Pope, whereas the next expected cardinal, for the getting into the College of Cardinals, I should say, is the Republic system. I don't actually understand too much about this. It's complicated, but that's about all I really have to show you guys. You know, thank you again for Paradox giving me a press thing, a press key, and all that. Not a press key to the game. That's not what I meant. Press access to their FTP servers and the ability to show you guys this neat stuff. So again, this has been Crusader Kings 2, the Sons of Abraham DLC. I believe it's out November 18th. I hope I'm right, because I do not have anything open that tells me. So, wild shot in the dark. November 18th. Here's hoping. So thank you everybody for watching. As always, this has